What's up, everyone? All right, well, here we are, Monday morning, and I'm finishing the morning up $400. It's a green day. It's not a home run. Unfortunately today I did have one really nice trade out of the gates on SPEX, but then I gave it up on a loss on INO, which is a good thing I cut the loss because the stock is now down like $6 a share from where I sold it. So, whatever. It is what it is. This is a tricky market to trade in. We actually had a 15-minute long market-wide circuit breaker halt. The entire market was halted for 15 minutes because the S&P 500 was down more than 7%, which is crazy. It's the first time that I've ever seen that happen. So these are historic market conditions, but while the market is red, I am green and I feel good about that. So as always, questions, comments, leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. All right, everyone. So we're going to do a midday market recap. Finished the day up $490. Green day, but not the biggest green day. I had a couple of really nice trades on SPEX, and then I had one kind of tricky trade on it. So this morning was very unusual because we got a market-wide halt for 15 minutes. Right out of the gates, SPEX, you can see, was squeezing up. This was gapping up just about, 204%. So it's great that the leading gapper is the one that I'm green on. And my entry was actually right down here for a red to green move. I waited for the pullback, bought that dip, and sold as it squeezed up. It hit a high of $5.52, which was an awesome dollar per share. At that point, I was up $4,200 and still holding 500 shares. And then all of a sudden, it dropped and halted. And that's when we got the 15-minute circuit breaker halt on the entire market. It resumed and dropped to a low of 4. I stopped out with my 500 shares, booking a total of $3,600 of profit. It dipped down a little bit more, and then what I decided to do was at 384, I went long, and that was right here. So I went long right here on what I thought was the low, because I was like, this is extended to the downside. And it popped up to 90 and then flushed down, and I stopped out and I lost over $1,000. So I was up only about $2,000 on the stock. And then it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. Right idea, wrong timing. But I didn't want to get back in right here because I felt like, man, I just stopped out here. If I get back in here and then stop out back down here a second time, I'm going to be so frustrated. So I didn't get back in there. But I did end up getting back in for the break over $4, which was right, let's see, you'll see it was right here. As it came back up to 4, I got back in right there and sold right up here. This was a very well-defined flat top at 4. We had hit that level several times, and so on the 1-minute chart, that was the level that we were watching. And it was even well-defined on the 5-minute chart right here. So that was a good trade, made $1,200 on that, and that got me back to up $3,200 on the stock. Meanwhile, I lost some money on AIM. My first trade on it was a long right here at 350. But I took small size because I felt like it was a little risky buying a double top. It ended up working, and then on this pullback right here, I added back the first 1-minute candle to make a new high. And unfortunately, that failed to break over 4. It double topped, and I stopped out when it came back down. So I'm down, I was green on it, and then I ended up being red on it by $400. LPTH was the last stock that I traded, and this one, I guess I should have waited for more of a pullback. I got in at 68 right here, or 69, as it was squeezing up. I didn't wait for a pullback. I thought the volume was increasing, and so I saw sort of just a micro pullback, and I jumped in it, and I was too aggressive there. INO, this one's really difficult to trade, and I'm, kind of frustrated that I even tried it. We were watching it as it bounced back up on this pullback right here, and then squeezed up, and you can see had this long period of consolidation right here. I was looking for the break back over 1750 right here, and well, it failed. You can see that big drop. So I didn't do very well on this one, but that's okay. It's a green day, not by much, but green is good. And this is a day where the overall market has been such a focus, with the market being down 7% at the open, now bouncing back up a little bit, currently down 5.5%. That's overshadowed a lot of the action in the small caps. I think the best opportunities that we had today were on SPEX for sure. $3,200 was great. AIM, it was also on the gap scanner, gapping up 66%. It was certainly worth a stab. I'm only down 400 on it. No big deal. LPTH should have waited for a pullback. INO, too aggressive. Took 3,000 shares. That was too big of a position, and this stock can drop really quickly. So I would say the lessons from today generally are a continuation that when I'm patient and I wait for the pullback, I do well. And when I jump into things as they're squeezing up, at least lately, I haven't been doing as well. So, wait for that pullback. Another reminder, wait for the pullback. And I also could have stopped trading maybe sooner. When I gave back the profit on that drop on SPEX, what I thought was going to be a bottom bounce, but ended up failing, I could have at that point said, all right, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm done. But, I stuck with it. So, that was my own fault, but live to trade another day. All right, so, that's kind of where I'm at here, finishing up the morning. Could have been a pretty nice $4,000, maybe at least $3,000 day. I pushed my luck a little bit, so press the reset button and be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Hey, have you seen my most popular video on YouTube? It's got over 5 million views. You can check it out right here and check out one of my other videos on YouTube right here. I hope you guys enjoy, and as always, if you have questions, leave them down below in the comment section. I personally respond to every comment that's posted.